The Roman Labyrinth. Chapter 10. Recruiting a Maniac. Whoever would lie usefully shall lie seldom. Lord Hervey, Memoirs of the Reign of George II. I do not know myself, and God forbid that I should. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. 10 April, 1829. 2005, September 7, Rome. The small but cozy cafe with a menu posted outside was just 2 blocks away from the building where Professor Farah once delivered his lectures on the history of architecture. The cafe was decorated with tastelessly stylized pictures of toreadors, bullfighting, and bullheads of different colors. Those heads Anna, to her embarrassment, mistakenly took for the pictures of mini bikinis. The place would look rather gloomy if not for the warm pink colors in which the walls were painted. The young people, unmistakably students, dominated the place. The air was filled with the aroma of roasted meat and sour sweet wine, drifting across the room along with snippets of conversation and a cheerful laughter that greatly added to the coziness of the place. Anna recognized Professor Farah right away. He was sitting in a corner of the veranda overlooking a small and quiet Roman yard. He was thin, and from a distance appeared as a man suffering from neurasthenia. A half-empty glass of wine sat on the table, and the professor was nervously spinning his finger around it. "Professor Farah, I presume?" Anna addressed him with a polite smile. "I apologize for being late." For a moment, Hadrian Farah seemed frozen. Then, as if shaking something off himself, he said hastily, "Don't apologize. It's the traffic, I figured. What would you like to drink?" Professor Farah had an intelligent, nervous face. His pale skin was now heightened by the wine and agitation. Through the professor's pleasantness and genuine smile, Anna could still see his fatigue and deep-seated sadness. "You can get for me some of that sweet-smelling wine that permeates the air," Anna said, as Hadrian helped her into a chair. "As you please," the professor grinned. "Only it's a discounted wine, you know. You may not like it." "I don't consider myself a wine connoisseur," Anna smiled almost apologetically. She knew from the dossier that the professor was an alcoholic. "I'm not even sure I can tell a good wine from what you call a discounted one." "Well, I am an expert," Hadrian Farah assured her. "I can certainly introduce you to centuries of the Roman drinking traditions. After all, in Italy, architecture and drinking go together, and we even have a symbol for it, the Leaning Tower." "I appreciate your willingness to do so," Anna smiled, "but I like myself more when I'm sober." "And I don't like myself when I'm sober," Hadrian frowned. "I know my drinking doesn't add to my already short list of virtues." He looked around. "Lucy! Lucy!" he called. A waitress in a white apron and a mini skirt appeared. Anna immediately recognized the waitress as being either Russian or Ukrainian. She couldn't tell why, but it was beyond the facial bodily features. "Bring us a bottle of dry white wine," the professor said. "And you can bring me a Caesar salad, too, and a hot fudge sundae for dessert, followed by some coffee and carnation. And what can I get for you, Miss Anna?" Anna just realized she was hungry. She chose bread and cheese, vegetables, and a slice of a shepherd's pie. After a minute, Lucy handed them a bottle of wine. The professor checked the label skeptically, smelled the wine, nodded, and poured it into their glasses. "Is that it? A discounted wine?" Anna asked after the first sip. "It is," the professor affirmed. "This one isn't too bad." He lifted up his glass and looked through it at Anna. "The first thing you notice is whether the wine is clear or whether it is turbid, and to what degree." The golden liquid refracted everything in the most whimsical way and dressed Anna in the sunlight. As Anna looked at Hadrian's hands, she wondered if those were really the hands of a murderer. The fingers were delicate, long, passionate. Tony's fingers were like that. "As you can see," Hadrian was looking at the glass with one eye. "It's not quite bright, which means that the winemaker didn't wait until the secondary fermentation was completed. Either some sugar still remains, keeping the alcohol fermenting, or it is diseased by noxious germs." "Is it safe to drink it?" Anna looked suspiciously at her glass. "Oh, don't worry about it," Hadrian assured her. "This is a young wine. It's clear and has only a slight tint of yellow. But I'm talking too much," he said, looking at Anna apologetically. "Am I to understand you are an amateur researcher?" In spite of his attempts to be casual and funny, Anna could feel that he was very tense, and did his best to conceal his agitation. "Architecture always fascinated me," Anna said, and it was true, many things fascinated her. "But I have never had a chance, until now, to study it. I don't want to become a professional architect, but maybe one day I'll be designing my own house, and I'll want to know the language of stone, the language of forms of architecture. I want to be able to speak that language, if you know what I mean." "I see," the professor said, although in reality he didn't know what to make of it. He's been waiting to hear those magic words for years. But who was this Anna Green? He had seen many spoiled brats who lived off their parents' money, not knowing what they wanted to do with their lives. Yet Anna didn't look spoiled to him. Her face had no traces of the premature disillusionment that usually accompanies the prodigies of the rich people. It was intelligent and sober, clean and curious. Anna was dressed modestly, and her manner of speech betrayed a quick mind and a keen interest in life. "There is one thing I don't understand," he said, after an appropriate pause. "Why did you choose me?" Anna could sense the man's discomfort and tried to ease it with a smile. "As I said, my father had taught me to learn, whenever possible, from the brightest minds. And your book—" "Listen, Anna," Hadrian Farah interrupted her. "Let me be straight with you, beginning with who I am." His eyes appeared foggy and bleached. "I spent 7 years in a top-security mental institution for the murder of a student. I'd better tell it to you right now, in case you don't know it already." "I know it," Anna said quietly. "You know it?" Hadrian stared at her. "And do you know that the newspapers called me Jack the Ripper?" "I do. And still you have come to me?" "I came to Professor Farah, not Jack the Ripper." "But isn't it the same individual?" "No," Anna shook her head. "Are you a journalist?" he said almost angrily. "No." Anna shook her head again and smiled a disarming smile. "Are you some sort of detective or a shrink?" "I'm not." Anna shook her head. The professor looked at her, searching. "They've proven me to be guilty." He lowered his voice as other people started to look his way. "They've proven me mentally sick, a maniac." "Why then did they let you go?" "I don't know. Sometimes I wonder whether they've made a big mistake," Hadrian Farah said, and poured some carnation into his coffee. "If you want to, you can tell me about that girl," Anna suggested. The professor looked at Anna, studying her face for a minute. "She was very much like you," he finally said. Anna shivered, and he noticed it. He looked around. "Lucy! Lucy!" He ordered a bottle of a red wine and filled up his glass. He wanted to pour some for Anna, but she thanked him and refused. Hadrian Farah picked up his glass and then stared right through Anna. "She was a very alive girl, very alive, more alive than anyone I ever knew," he said, as in a dream. "My fiancée Eleanor didn't have a fraction of the force of freshness, vividness, and life that Roberta possessed naturally." He paused and swallowed the wine in one gulp. "What else do you want to know?" "You wouldn't kill the girl and then cut her in pieces, Anna shook her head. Hadrian stared across the table. His eyes were empty. Sometimes I think I'm possessed. Maybe there is a demon hiding in me. A chill ran through Anna's body. Are you still willing to walk around Rome with me? Hadrian asked, looking at Anna closely. I am, she nodded. Hadrian looked at her with surprise. Oh, yes, here's your money. For the first week. Anna opened her purse and reached inside, pulling out a thick envelope which she handed to the professor. He opened the envelope, glanced inside, and quickly closed it. How much money is in there? As I said, 3,000 euros, Anna replied. The pay for the first week. Do we have a deal? She said, extending her hand toward him. Who is your father? Anna's hand draped in the air. He's a businessman, Anna said. A banker, why? The professor's face had tightened. Anna could almost see the wheels of his mind spinning. The madness was very close to his skin, and for a moment Anna thought she saw Jack the Ripper. I don't believe it. The banker father wouldn't let his daughter to hang up with a guy like me. As he was reaching up for a glass of wine, he tipped it over, and the ruby red wine splashed across the table, over Anna's lap and on her shirt. Anna froze. It looked like blood. I'm sorry. Hadrian now looked lost. It's all right, Anna said as she wiped up her skirt with a napkin. The professor nervously lit a cigarette and leaned toward Anna. Are you with CDF? Nearly whispering the last 3 letters, he suddenly froze, as if overcome by irrational fear. What's the CDF? Anna inquired. She thought she heard these 3 letters together for the first time in her life. You don't know what the CDF is? The professor stared at her with unbelief. Please forgive me my ignorance. Inquisition. He was scrutinizing her closely as he said the word. In the Middle Ages, familiars, or Inquisition spies, reported heretics who were then secretly investigated and then forcibly detained to face the inquisitors. Inquisition? I thought the Inquisition was long since dismissed, Anna confessed. Professor Farah examined her for nearly a minute, then uttered, The name's been changed, that's true. Now it's the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, or the CDF. I must assure you, Professor, I'm not with the Inquisition, and I'm not even Roman Catholic, Anna protested. What else should I believe about you? Hadrian was clenching his hands together on the restaurant table. You are right. Anna moved her shoulders restlessly under her light blue blouse. I haven't proved otherwise. What would convince you, Professor? He was silent for a moment. Nothing, really. His voice was softer now. You are impossible, Professor. You don't care at all about the presumption of innocence. It's been a while since I lost faith in people. Professor Farah gave her a tired look. Then I apologize for taking your time, Anna said, as she got up from the table. Farewell, Professor. My apologies. One more time. Wait. He put down his glass and also stood up. Your money. Take it. Anna turned back. Please, keep the money, Professor, she said. My father is a wealthy man. I won't blackmail or threaten you. You'll never hear from me again, Professor. And one more thing. Anna hesitated for a moment, then looked in his eyes. I hope you'll meet someone you can trust. I know how it feels when you can't confide in anybody. Farewell, Professor. Anna turned and walked away. After all, what did she have to lose? She had done everything according to the instructions she received. To push any further would only make matters worse. It's all for the best, Anna said to herself. Wait! Professor Farah yelled, threw some money on the table, and hurried after Anna. Really, I can't take the money, he said, and handed Anna the envelope. And if you want me to be your guide in Rome, I'll do it. My time is worthless anyway." "The money is rightfully yours," Anna replied. For better or for worse, it wasn't over yet. "Congratulations," Anna bitterly smiled to herself as she stepped to the elevator. "You just recruited a maniac to the service of FSB." Yet she couldn't deny she was somehow attracted to this wreck of a man. Later that night, as Hadrian aimlessly strolled the streets of Rome, he thought of Anna's slim, delicate shoulders, her lovely sea-green eyes, the scent of her perfume. He thought how much vividness was in her manner of talking with him. He also thought that the appearance of this red-headed woman in his life wasn't a coincidence, a blind chance. He felt as though a new chapter in his life had just begun.